Hello, dear students. So let's talk about today's topic, which is ICT tools and about internet. In our last lecture, we discussed about, or I taught you about the advantages and disadvantages of the ICT. What are the advantages and what could be the disadvantages of using information and communication technology? Today we'll discuss about the ICT tools. What are the various tools that are used in ICT? The first tool is desktop computer. You know that when we use ICT in information and communication technologies, so computers and internet, these two play a very vital role in establishing this establishing the ICT in our home, workplaces, schools, everywhere. So we can use desktop computers to do our work, to study or to learn or to teach. Similarly, we can use laptop computer. We can also use tablets for our works that involves technology and communication. Projectors can be used to represent to display the contents on a larger screen, or they also may be used to learn or teach. We can use a smart board to teach and learn, like we have smart boards in school like TAL. Smartphones, obviously, so these days every family has smartphones. Then these smartphones can do multiple tasks. So these are multitasking devices that you can surf internet, you can monitor your health, you can do online transactions, you can do online shopping. So many things are being done with the help of smartphones. Radio can also be used as one of the medium to communicate with people or with the crowd, or to transfer information. Television can also be used as a medium to teach and learn. Like there are many TV programs that are helpful to learn, and there are many contents which are available on TV, or maybe live TV you can say, which are useful for learning and studying. So television can also be used can also be used as a tool. We have internet. Now internet plays a very vital role, as I already said, that internet is very important when it comes to establish ICT, and we'll discuss a lot on internet, how internet evolved, and what are the uses and what are the services of internet. Softwares. So we have software to work with, or different types of software for different tasks, and these software help us to represent our data, to perform our task whichever required. Suppose, for example, if I want to teach a topic, so I can use a PowerPoint presentation to make a content more understandable or more comprehensive. For example, I'm using PowerPoint presentation to explain you these topics. Mobile apps. Now this is a time of mobile apps. You already know that there are mobile apps for almost everything: to cook food, to maintain your health, to keep the record of the task that you do, to listen music, to watch for entertainment, for everything. So mobile apps can also be used as ICT tools. Web applications. So there are applications that run on internet, and these applications can also be used as ICT tools. Any application, like for example W3org, w3c.org, Wikipedia can also be used for learning and studying. Khan Academy is an app, or we can say this is a web application. So these are all the ICT tools. Now we have smart TVs also. Television can also come in that part, which are useful for teaching, learning, and performing many other tasks which makes our life much easier. And as we discussed, or as I already told you, that internet plays a very vital role on establishing this ICT. So what is internet? We'll understand first what is the internet and how this internet evolved, the history of internet, and we'll discuss about how internet works and the features, the the services that internet provide us. But in today's lecture, we'll discuss about internet and the history of internet. Let's go for the literal definition of internet. The internet is a global network of billions of computers and other electronic devices. So it is a network. What is internet? Internet is a network. And what is the area of this network? This is global. Means that the area of this network means the area where the computers are connected or devices are connected together is global, means worldwide. With the help of internet, it is possible to access almost any information, communicate with anyone else in the world, and do much more. Or, now this definition I have copied from the Wikipedia. Let's see what Wikipedia says. The internet is the global system of interconnected computer networks that uses the internet protocol suite. TCP/IP. We'll discuss about this TCP/IP later on, which is very important protocol for the internet, and this invention of this TCP/IP changed how internet works. So the internet is the global system of interconnected computers. There are computer networks. There are many computer networks which are connected that uses the internet protocol suite TCP/IP to communicate between networks and devices. It is a network of networks that consist of private, public, academic, business, and government networks of local to global scope, linked by a broad array of electronic, wireless, and optical networking technologies. So there are many technologies that are used for transferring of data and for connecting devices. So this is a global system of interconnected computer networks, or we can simply say that internet is a network of networks, and these networks can be private, public, academic, business, and government networks. We'll discuss more on this internet when we will come to the uses of internet, but right now you can simply understand that there are many computers which are connected with one another, and the area of their connectivity is global. That means they are connected worldwide, and we can exchange information among these systems. Deep studies will be done later on. Now let's see how the internet came into existence. We'll talk about history of internet. Nikola Tesla, if you have heard the name of Nikola Tesla, he was the one who designed a system for alternative currents. And Thomas Alva Edison, you already know him. He was very jealous of Nikola Tesla's inventions. So Nikola Tesla toyed with the idea of a world wireless system. In the early 90s, the visionary thinkers like Paul Outlet and whenever Bush conceived of mechanized searchable storage system of books and media in 1930s and 1940s. So first Nikola Tesla coined a term called World Wireless System, and the other two thinkers talked about mechanized searchable storage system of books and media. The first practical schematics for the internet would not arrive until the early 1960s, when MIT's J.C.R. Licklider popularized the idea of an intergalactic network of computers. So he just gave the idea of intergalactic network. Shortly thereafter, computer scientists developed the concept of packet switching, a method for effectively transmitting electronic data that would later become one of the major building blocks of the internet. So we discuss about, we saw a term called TCP oblique IP. So TCP oblique IP uses packet switching technique for transferring of data. Again, we'll come back to this packet switching. The first workable prototype of the internet came in the late 1960s with the creation of Arpanet, or the Advanced Research Projects Agency Network. Okay, if you have heard the term Sputnik, so Sputnik was the first artificial satellite, launched by Union Soviet. So, and you know that America is the company which is the country which is very jealous of the development done by other people. So, to defend that invention by Union Soviet, America, the Department of Defense of America has launched a project called ARPANET project, or we can say this Arpanet was the first internet or first network where the computers connected together. So let's talk about it. The first workable prototype of the internet came in the late 1960s with the creation of Arpanet, or the Advanced Research Project Agency Network, originally funded by the US Department of Defense. Arpanet used packet switching to allow multiple computers to communicate on a single network. On October 29, 1969, Arpanet delivered its first message, a node-to-node communication from one computer to another computer. The first computer was located in a research lab at UCLA, and the second was at Stanford. Each one was the size of a small house. So these days we can exchange data from smartphone to the laptop to the smartwatch or to the smart TV, whatever it is. And the distance, and they all are in a single room, right? But the time when the first message was sent using Arpanet, it was sent between two universities. Okay, so this is, you can understand how they have established a network between the universities where the two computers, each one of computer was of a size of a small house. So they have sent a message login for the first time, login, but crashed the fledgling ARPA network anyway, and the Stanford computer only received the node's first two letters, LO. So they were sending LOGIN from one university to the another university, but the network crashed and they only received two letters, L and O. The technology continued to grow in the 1970s after scientists Robert Kahan and Vinton Cerf developed transmission control protocol and internet protocol. Vinton Cerf is also known as the father of modern computers. Father of internet. Charles Babbage, you know already that he is known as father of computer. So Robert Kahn and Vinton Cerf developed Transmission Control Protocol and Internet Protocol, or TCP/IP, a communications model that set standards for how data could be transmitted between multiple networks. So this TCP/IP is a very important topic which we will discuss separately later on. Arpanet adopted TCP/IP on January 1, 1983, and from there, researchers began to assemble the network of networks that become the modern internet. The online world, so you can understand that initially the network was only for governments, and then later on they included business organizations for the use of internet, and nowadays everybody has access to the internet. The online world then took on a more recognizable form in 1990 when computer scientist Tim Berners-Lee invented the www called World Wide Web. So World Wide Web is another biggest invention, one of biggest inventions in the history of internet, because these days the World Wide Web plays a very vital role, a huge role for the work of internet. Again, this topic will be discussed later on separately. Internet services were launched in India on 15 August 1995 by VSNL, Videsh Sanchar Nigam Limited. Initially, when Arpanet was launched, there were only two nodes or two users, and those two users were not human beings. Those two users were the two computers which are situated on two different locations, or we can say two different universities. Initially, there were four nodes connected. Four nodes means there were four different universities which were connected together in Arpanet. But now we have, I don't know how much to count it. I mean, it will take time. 1, 10, 100, 6,609,705,200 plus internet users in the world right now. So we have 4,609,705,200 internet users, and these users are increasing every second. So this was the brief history of internet, though there is so much to talk about internet that because in between many things happened, but invention of TCP IP packet switching and www, these events were the milestone for the internet, and they changed how the world look right now. Okay, thank you so much for listening, and we'll discuss more things later on. Bye bye.